Hey, everybody, what's up, you fishing freaks? It's another FishPod TV. Look at all these guys wake up. They didn't even know. They had no clue what's going on. Hey, everybody, Jay Smith here, and here with my buddy Paul Fleming, as usual.
Happening?
And we're here with another FishPod TV. Tonight, we have our special guest, Tom Swick from the Coastal Wealth Pro Team, and Mike Sullivan from Coastal Wealth.
What's up, guys?
Our title sponsor.
You notice how our title sponsor got introduced
he's
second?
my title sponsor,
He
too.
did.
Yeah,
He got introduced second.
I'm sorry. There was no slight, and there was nobody is less important. He did just take me fishing, though, so I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Me too.
Just yesterday. Anyways, while we're here, we might as well go do our, like we just said, our title sponsor is Coastal Wealth. Go to coastalwealth.com and
No. It is
I like the addition.
mycoastalwealth.com. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I've been saying it wrong.
Yes.
And I've been beaten severely. Or you can look up Mike Sullivan on Facebook, Coastal Mike, and he'll get you all set up, and we'll talk a little bit about what's going on with that. What? Hello? What?
He's moving it.
Oh, yeah. I'm. I apologize, everybody. I've been known to be a fidgeter a little bit, and I move the microphone a lot without any reason, so I'm going to try my best to not. I'm just going to put my hands in my
I got
pocket.
someplace you can put your hand.
All right. All right. This is a G-rated show here. All right. Danco Sports, DancoPliers.com.
Awesome, Dan.
Yeah. Love those pliers.
And yeah, I don't know if they still got the special going or not, but those were cool ones right there. Those are the red, white, and blues. And you got the side cutter, cut everything, including metal wire.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you're not going to cut through solid metal. Come on, let's go. Seamule. Go to seamule.com for your pier carts and weight carts. Do we got video for that one, too?
We do.
Yeah, that's a ticket right there.
It's a hell of a beard.
I know.
It
is.
That
That is a epic beard, isn't it? All right. So go to seamule.com, get you a pier cart, weight cart. We're also sponsored by Angler Armory. Go to anglerarmory.com, become a member for a mere $65, and you can get into all the giveaways and goodies.
They just gave away.
Kids are free.
Yeah, they actually just
Sign
gave
your kid
away
up.
a Simrad Go 9.
I know, right? Did they give away that cooler yet?
Yeah, they gave away
I
the
wanted
cooler.
that Corona cooler. It looked cool, man.
Yeah, they gave away the cooler, and then they did a thing for 4th of July American Red Snapper pictures and gave away the Simrad Go 9.
anglerarmory.com. We are also brought to you by Atlas Track. Go to atlastracksusa.net and get you an Atlas Track so you can check your boat on. Hold on. I always forget to show it. Here it is right here. It's that big. Hide it in your boat. You'll get it back maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Been a lot of boats stolen lately, and
Your chances of getting it back without it are slim to none. I've
very
talked
slim.
to a few people that are actually work on the police force trying to get boats back.
yeah.
And he was pretty frank with me. He was like,
Yeah, pretty much slim.
if you don't have something to track it, man, good luck. We're also brought to you by GoPuck. Go to GoPuck.com and get. Oh, can I sling your phone around with it? I'll let you show it today. You want to be a hand model? You do have better hands than me. They're a little more knuckled, but actually, I got better hands than you.
You do.
Look at that. What do you guys think? Who should show it?
That's because I work.
I shouldn't even show it like that. I was wrong. All right. GoPuck.com for all your charging needs. You can run your camera forever off of that thing. Go
You
get
can.
you one. CentralMarineService.com, the YamahaOutboards.com. Central Marine is what? Right there on Central.
They're right on Tyrone Boulevard.
Tyrone Boulevard.
Yep, Tyrone Boulevard.
So go to CentralMarineService.com. I've been saying that wrong too.
You have,
lately.
yes.
So, anyways, go to them and get your boat stuff. Get you a skater. Like that one there.
That's
sexy.
Parker. They got all kinds of stuff. Cobia.
Mhm.
We're gonna start doing a boat every week. They're gonna start going through. I was talking
That's
to
a
Josh
really
about
good
it.
idea. Who thought about that?
That was your idea.
All right.
See?
Man, geniuses. Gelux. Go to Gelux.com and make your boat into a party. Look at that thing. Going off, you can light up your dock. And tell you what, I've had some foggy days where you probably wish you had something to light up your dock.
That's for
when
sure.
You're coming back. Go to Gelux.com and get that. You got Gills-gear.com. We've been saying that wrong as well. We're fixing everything today. So get you some Gills apparel like this fancy shirt here. This is the one we're always talking about. It's got the vents on the sides. And especially if you're a husky man such as myself, kind of helps out a little bit with some ventilation.
For sure.
So go to gills-apparel.net.
Gills-gear.
Get that is what he said. All right, so we got our guests. Mike Sullivan, see how I said it first, And then Tom Swick here, and we're going to talk a little bit about fishing today. Well, we were just out the other day with Tom, and you were out a few days before.
Yeah, we got a couple days this weekend.
Little rough finding the bite. Finding the fish wasn't that big of a problem. You can see fish. It was
there was definitely
getting the bite
there.
on.
Yep. Yeah, actually, where I took you guys that first spot, me and Mike had been there a couple days before, and it was loaded with fish.
Move your mic just a little bit closer to your mouth.
Redfish all over the place, and snook. Mike got a nice snook over there.
Yeah, actually, I think
they just wasn't there. There's a snook, Mike.
Right there.
Nice one.
Nice 26-inch snook.
And the same thing for me. I caught a snook that day,
26 and a quarter.
26 and a
quarter, huh?
Yeah, he was.
You take
That's without a
little
pinched tail. If we'd have pinched his tail, he'd been 26 and a half.
Yeah.
We'll give you that.
Did you catch that on lures? That was lure? Lures?
Gold spoon.
Spoon?
Yeah.
Nice.
Aquadream. Gold spoon.
I got mine off of a little paddle tail.
Yeah.
So, you know what? It was great to get out. I hadn't been out in a while.
You're telling me, buddy.
I know, right?
You're telling me.
We'll have some video up. Paul was all grins. You couldn't take a grin out as he was flying across the water in the flats.
He just told me, make sure wherever I go, make sure there's a couple more inches of water so he can get there.
Yeah, he's like, just add a couple inches on for me for my boat.
Whatever you can run in, just add an inch and a half, and we're good to go.
That's what she said.
I run on air pretty much. So.
Yeah, hey, your boat is a sweet ride, and you got it set up awesome. I tell you what, I've fished a lot of boats, and that was the easiest one for me anyway. Just everything was right there on the little thing that you needed.
Lot of space.
Everything had its spot. It was super stable.
It's only 18-foot boat, but it fishes more like a 20-foot.
So what is it now?
It's a ball span skimmer. It's a skimmer hull, but a lot
How
of
big
extras
is it?
on 18-foot.
18-footer. Yeah.
I added a tower onto it, which helps with sight fishing and stuff. So got a lot of room on the front deck and the back. I mean, it's set up for fishing.
I remember you were trying to get some gas into the front there at that one point. I was all worried about moving. I ended up moving. The boat didn't move at all, man.
It's got 84. It's 84 inches wide.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice running boat.
Yeah, it drafts 5 true inches is the true draft on it. So I mean, we run it. We can actually.
We were
run
pretty
it
skinny.
forward.
Yeah, we were up there in the skinny. So it worked out pretty good.
And there was definitely fish there. I mean, with that first spot we were at, we were fishing around that little rock island there, and there was definitely movement there.
Yeah.
And then you guys got ahead of my buddy Rob and I happened to notice there was a lot of fish moving in the deeper water.
Yeah.
And we pushed out there and we saw a couple of redfish running with the schools of mullet, but just couldn't get them to bite.
Well, the water temperature's so hot right now.
It is.
This morning at 5:30, it was 90 degrees in Tampa.
Oh God, that's sick.
I mean, the fish are just like, let me out of here. I want deep water.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
That's for sure.
Stay off the flats.
Yeah. So you got out there, got after it for a while. Are you used to throwing lures a lot? You're more of a bait guy, aren't you?
No, I do mostly offshore, so I don't get to go inshore that much. I think Tom got to witness some of my skills out there.
Hey, you done awesome, man.
Yeah, we caught we had a good day. We just couldn't get the fish to bite. Caught a couple birds.
We had the same.
Mike caught the two biggest things. He caught 2 birds.
Two birds.
All right.
Yep.
Absolute biggest. So.
And that wasn't for fishing in somebody else's spot either.
2 in 1 day is terrible, man. That's horrible.
Oh gosh.
You know what was funny though? You never know when you're going on somebody else's boat. Man, how much gear should I bring? Should I bring my stuff?
Yeah.
You don't want to just assume you're going to use somebody else's poles. Yeah. Tom was kind enough to let me use his poles for the day.
I got enough for the neighborhood. Man.
Yeah, you did.
That's for sure.
That's the best part about fishing with you is
I brought mine,
just
and
show
then I quickly stopped using mine and used his bull bay rods all day. Yeah. What was I using? That sniper mostly in the morning, right?
I brought some rods with me today to talk about.
And I threw that thing all day. But what was funny, at one point we moved off the flat. We went over by the bridge. And now I'm not really too familiar with conventional reels. I know how to. I have a couple, and they all have the little clicky thing on it. So if you want to let it out, go. So you could tell that this is a really nice rod, and this is Tom's pride and joy he's handing me, right? So he goes, he hands it to me, and then he's about to snatch it back for a second, but he's still handing it. He was like, you know how to use this, right? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So I go over there, and then
one of the tarpon rods.
I'm spending probably 10, 15 minutes. I'm just looking around, trying to be nonchalant. And I'm looking, I'm like, where is the damn clicky on it? I don't want to tell Tom. I don't want to be like, hey, man, how do you do this? I turned back over. I had to at one point, because at some point he's going to be like, why isn't he putting a bait in the water? What's wrong with this idiot? And then I asked him, he was like, are you sure you know what you're doing? I'm like, yeah, this was just a little different than mine. And then, of course, the first one I toss out, I was like, oh.
We call that a professional override.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too. I got it out. I was like, oh, I'm trying to turn, so Tom doesn't see.
That's the only amateurs do bird nests. We call that a professional override.
Okay. So there's Tom with the same kind of pole right next to me, and he's going, woo, sending it way out there. I'm going, bloop. I just let it go over the side and let the current take it out. So that was.
But those aren't set up for casting. Those are conventional. Those were avets on the tarpon rods.
Hey, I tore up the bull bays though. I was casting all day. You can throw the things forever. It was. I had a great time with those poles. They were great, accurate. I loved it.
Yeah,
so,
I've handled them. I've never got to fish with one, so I definitely want to try one of those things
check
out.
them out. I got some there.
Yeah, bring it out.
This is one of our sniper series rods. This is a 7.6. It comes in a split grip. It's a 7.6 6 to 12. Medium fast. That is one of our production rods. Now, what I done with my rods, I use the same rod. I use the same blank, but I'm kind of an old school guy, so I had a full grip put on mine.
Yeah. See, I like the split grip.
We can do them in any style that you want, but that's the full grip. That's the rods that I use, a 7.6 6 to 12. This is also another one of our rods with the full EVA grip. This one is 8 to 17. This is our assault rod. That's 8 to 17. That comes in a 7-foot, our production model, but I'm actually having some built now, some custom ones. 8 to 17 blank, but in 7.6, the same as my other ones.
Right.
I like a 7.6 rod to give me a little more casting distance, a little more accurate as far as casting. Then we have, I also use some conventional setups. This is also our tactical assault series rod. Actually, this is my design, this rod. This is a 7'1". I had them build this. We sold it as a production model, but I designed it. It's a little bit longer than most of the bait casters that we have. This is a 7'1", 8 to 17. It has it's a little bit longer, a little bit faster tip. I can actually cast that as far as I can cast a spinning rod. Like this.
Mm-hmm. And Jason, this is the clicky thing.
Yeah,
this is the clicky thing.
Well, yeah, that's a regular
the technical term.
This is one of our bass rods as well. This is a 7-foot medium power. The bass guys are going to love these. It comes in a split grip. But this is a little bit heavier rod, more for pitching and stuff, for bass and stuff, fishing in lily pads and stuff.
Nice.
So that's some of our rods. You can go onto our website, bullbayrods.com. We can build you anything you want. We got some awesome tarpon rods. We got some custom rods you can have them built any way you want. You know, we'll cater to you. Everything's built right here in Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. We keep it in-house. By the way, I'm come in as an owner with them back in January.
That's right.
So it's me, Mike Anderson, Kelly Phillips, and Dustin Phillips. Dustin runs the shop day-to-day stuff. Jake Fernandez, one of the rod builders.
You got a good pro staff.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Brian Taylor, I think, is on top.
Got some great guys, on the pro staff, and a lot of the captains are using our rods and stuff. So, we want to stick with quality first. Quality first. Keep everything in house. Unlimited lifetime guarantee. You break your rod, I don't care if you slam it in the car door. Let us know you slammed it in the car door. Bring it back. We'll give you a new rod.
Nice.
Wow. You can't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah.
Good luck breaking one on the fish because you're not going to do it.
Right. Yeah. This is something you got to get in your hands too.
Yeah,
it's something you got to put your hands on it and throw it for a little bit, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. What everybody else is talking about.
Exactly.
You can feel the quality in it.
Literally just broke the tip of one of my rods on a car door, and it wasn't a bull bag.
It was. See, I'd give you a brand new one, buddy.
Were those the other rods we were using that were the things twisted around?
Those are some custom rods I had built.
Okay. Those are different though.
Those are my tarpon rods, and I had the guides acid wrap guides. What it does is
explain what that is.
An acid wrap is where it's for a conventional rod, and your guides are on top where your reel sits. Well, the problem is with the bigger conventional outfits on your offshore stuff, so you hook up big fish, your rod wants to torque, always. So you're always holding it like this or holding it like this, to try to get it going. So with an acid wrap, the guides start on top, but then wrap around and finish underneath like a spinning rod. Mm-hmm. What that does, that takes all the torque out of the rod. Mm-hmm. So that rod don't want to turn on you. It also doubles the capacity of the blank. So if you got a 20, 40 pound blank, you're looking at a 40, 60 pound. It effectively turns that lighter blank into
into a heavier
works
action
like
rod,
a heavier blank.
Right.
So you can work with a lighter rod. You know that's been around for 40 years.
I had never seen
Most
it
people
before. I
haven't
thought it was
seen
pretty
it.
cool.
You see it in a lot of custom stuff.
Yeah.
But you're only going to see
It was
in
neat
custom
looking.
stuff.
It was different.
Yeah.
So I
and
thought,
it has a purpose. And if you ever use one, hook up to a nice fish, you'll see why.
right.
You'll see why.
Okay, online, people were asking where they can get their hands on and take a look at these rods. What's the best way for somebody?
Actually, we have a shop right in here in Tampa Bay, but you can go on bullbayrods.com. You can go to our store locator. It'll tell you all the different stores that we're in right now.
That carry 'em.
The carry 'em, Gator Gems Tackle.
Yeah, that's right there in St. Pete.
T.A. Mahoney's. There's a bunch of local stores that carry our products.
Pretty much the bigger stores around here that everybody knows about.
Yeah.
Just go
Exactly.
there and check it out.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if you don't know about Gator Gyms or T.J. Mahoney's,
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right. Well, yeah, I had a great time using them, and those acid wrapped ones were just cool looking. So I figured it was worth mentioning. You know? I thought it was pretty neat. I don't go offshore.
But
so
we
it
can
doesn't-
build you anything you want. Plus, we got a lot of production models that are top of the line rods.
Oh, very cool stuff. So let's go ahead and pull these back out of here.
Yeah, I brought some baits too, man.
Watch that
we
cord
fish.
up
Me and Derek used when we fish, man. I thought we might like to see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Check 'em out.
You know, right now we were just talking about how hot the water is and everything. You got to kind of change up your tactics right now. There's better times to go than in the middle of the day.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get into what you're throwing right
Well,
now. And
like me and Derek, when we tournament fish,
Derek Engel, for those
Derek
of you who don't
Engel's
know.
my partner. Probably one of the best anglers I've ever fished with. Me and Derek's been fishing together. This is our second full year together. Great young man, you know, and one hell of a fisherman. Bottom,
Definitely.
hands down great. But something we always use, and Derek never used the gold spoon until he started fishing.
We
with
were
me.
talking about that
Yeah.
on the boat.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
believe how many people don't throw spoons.
And I'll tell you what, once Derek started fishing with me, neither one of us go in the water. We always have a rod with a gold spoon on. We use Aqua Dream gold spoons. They come in different colors. Probably one of the best spoons I've ever used. I used to use Johnson spoons a lot, but I like these a lot better. I like the Aqua Dream spoon.
And is that kind of your search tool? Is you use that a lot
It
to
is.
cover ground?
It helps us cover a lot of ground, and it's a great search tool. You can work a little bit faster, so you cover more water. Then once you find your fish. If they're still hitting on it, keep using it. But you know, you might want to change up to a soft plastic or a slow spinning hard bait or something like that. But that's definitely a search tool. It's pretty much the first thing we throw.
Do you guys offshore ever use spoons or anything like that, or is that more like those vertical jigs?
No,
and stuff?
actually, and a lot of times we'll use mackerel as bait, and so a gold spoon will more than entice a mackerel to.
You can catch
That's
anything on the
Yeah,
boat.
pretty much
the only
anything
time
I
I
can
use them. I'll have a gold spoon on the boat just
Yeah.
in case mackerel come off and grab
Yeah,
on
grab
and
some
throw
bait
it
down,
on and
yeah.
throw it back out there.
The key is when you do that, you make sure you got a nice little piece of steel leader.
Mike,
on
Yeah,
the
right.
Mike
swivel.
caught his snook on a gold spoon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did he?
Mike caught his snook.
Nice.
Something else, some other soft plastics I use. These are from a small company in Texas. It's called Home Wrecker Lures. I was always curious how that name come to be. I thought, well, I won't ask him. But they're a small company. I like white.
Oh, that's a
a
sexy
lot.
bait.
That's a cool looking
These
bait
are
there.
some sexy. Not only
That looks like
sexy,
it's
but
gonna put off a
there's
lot of
some good
action.
baits.
Yeah, no doubt.
I like these when the bait's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Trying to match the hat, so it has a little bit fatter body than most of your soft plastics.
Yeah.
And a really big paddle.
I mean, that
that
paddle tail's got some action.
That's a really.
Hey Max,
big
can you go to
paddle
the front camera?
tail. I like
It's hard
that.
to see. Bring it down some.
So
Put
anybody
it
that
over your
likes
forehead.
Yeah, you can see it then. Oh, look, right there.
Paul went to the same tanning booth as Trump this week. So
Yes, I did.
Here's another one. Same thing. Home Wrecker Lures. That's more of a, a clear with some gold flake in it.
Yeah, that's nice. I
kinda
like that.
Matches the hatch. Another thing that we really use that Derek and Eric Henson got me to use. These Monster 3X shrimp are just phenomenal. I never used them till this year, but they're absolutely phenomenal. When we can't catch fish on anything else, we catch them on Monster 3X.
looks like it's got good action to it. Does
It
it
does.
float down pretty natural when you got it set
I
up
mean,
right?
These things, they come in different sizes. That's the bigger one.
Yeah.
The bigger ones tend to work a little bit better. I don't know why, but
Now, are
I
you
got
using
the
these with a
different
jig head or?
sizes. You can use them weedless or with a jig head. Just depends on what type of bottom that you're fishing. If you got a lot of grass, of course, you want to rig them weedless. But then also, here's another. Everybody knows Z-Man.
Z-Man,
Of
yep.
course.
Z-Man paddle tails. We use a lot of
Those are
Z-Man.
my favorite.
We
Yeah.
use the pinfish collar, Houdini, and redbone collars a lot. So we really like the Z-Man products. Also, Z-Man just come out this year. I think last year at ICAST.
Actually, that's what I caught that snook on the other day.
But these are the Z-Man Pop Shats, and these are topwater. These are soft topwater baits.
Really?
Since I started using these, I've always been a Spook Junior guy. I still tell my spooks, but since I started using these, I have a better hookup ratio with these. Working these on top water as I do the Spook Juniors. I get a lot of miss hits on the spooks with the treble hooks. We rig these weedless. You can see that's a 3-inch model.
That's pretty cool.
Rig it weedless just like that, and you walk the dog. You can pop it like a popper, however you want it. I use a large loop knot and then just walk it like a Spook Junior. You know, walk the dog. That's the 3-inch model. This is a 5-inch model and like a white and clear silver flake. I really like this in the mornings, first thing right off the rip. This size actually is same comparison to a Spook Junior. You know,
for sure.
4.5, 5-inch. Rig it weedless. If you fish in open water, you can also rig it with a treble hook. On Z-Man's site, it'll tell you how to rig it with the treble hook.
That's cool.
Those are just some.
Now, see, now I can see where your hookup ratio would be bigger. So I
think to hit that and hold on to it.
Well, that's just it. I just think sometimes they grab a hold of that lure, and it's just unnatural feeling. And if they're not really 100% aggressive on it, they're not going to hold on to it. So where it's got that soft. Too.
Seems like the hard baits get bumped a lot. Like they get just like the nose pops it or something.
But I mean that's an interesting bait. I mean that really is an interesting bait.
And those are great. That's called a Z-Man Pop Shat. Then a little trick that I learned just here this year from some guys fishing the IFA.
Out on the boat this weekend.
What's that?
I saw those little ones out on the boat.
A lot of times you're fishing and you'll just throw everything into the box at it, and you're just not getting no hits. Downsize, and I mean downsize. We started going to these smaller. This is a 3-inch paddle tail, even down to 2-inch and 2.5-inch baits. And paddle tails, even the little Mr. Twister curly tails, like guys use for crappie fishing and bass fishing.
Yeah.
If you're not getting anything on your regular size baits, baits like this or your Z-Mans or anything like that, try downsizing. Drop down to 3 inches or smaller.
Yeah.
And you're going to start catching fish.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You will start catching fish. And Captain Jeremy Himes and his partner Travis, those guys absolutely kill it. That's who told me and Derek about it, and we've been throwing the smaller baits, and it works. And you guys know Jeremy kills it.
Oh
yeah, he's been tearing it up.
Him and Travis are fishing machines.
Well, and when all else fails, add more Procure.
For sure. Of course,
well, I mean, you go to your spots and you're fishing, and a lot of times you'll notice that the bait's not very big. It's
and they're little glass minnows.
Little glass minnows. So
especially this time of year.
It's for sure. I mean, there was a ton of glass minnows on the flats this week. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was tough. I didn't see a whole lot of bait out on the bay. Like usually you see those bait pods all along the surface.
There was a couple though.
There's not a lot on the flats. There's some out that you see in the deeper water, but those are thread fins.
I mean, I've seen them just driving over the bridge all the time. I mean, you look out there and
but those are thread fins. Those aren't white bait. Those are thread fins.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a couple of schools of them running into Hula Bay when we went to go get fuel. There was a couple pods of them out in the deeper water, but those were definitely thread fins for sure.
Let me see those hard baits. Here's some. We're also sponsored by Unfair Lures. This is their top water. This is their dog walker. Great top water bait. It's a 110 size. Anybody that uses top waters,
yeah, those are great.
I like that collar, the kind of gold with the white on the bottom, and they're rip and slash. This is probably mine and Derek's favorite hard baits. Is the rip and slash in the 70 size. It's slow suspending. This collar and the black and gold are two favorite collars. I mean, and not only can you catch redfish on them, you catch snook, you catch trout, anything. So these are really, really good baits.
In the early morning, very early morning, you want to use your top water.
I start with top water.
And then as the sun gets up higher, I'm saying this for a lot of people already know this, but some people don't. As you get further into the day and the sun gets up higher, that's when you switch to your subsurface.
Right. But depending on, if you got a lot of grass in the water, you can't throw a slow suspending bait. You pick up too much water. Same with the top water. You have to go weedless. Throw your soft plastics, go weedless, or throw the spoon. You can throw that spoon up in the grass. You can throw it anywhere. You're not.
But with this bait, you should be able to do that and not pick up too much weed, though.
Exactly.
So, and what was that one again?
That's a Z-Man Pop Shad.
Z-Man Pop Shad.
Yep, and they come in. This is the 5-inch, and then this is the 3-inch, and they come in all the same colors at all their paddle tails and their jerk shads.
I'm gonna have to give me some of those.
So phenomenal baits. So that's just some of the things that we use.
All right. Well, Mike, question for you here.
I knew it was coming my way.
When you were out with Tom the other day, did you have to brush off your lure skills?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mike's an offshore guy.
It took a little bit. There are definitely a few casts that went into the trees and everything else. But overall, it's still a good day.
Yeah,
it's good to switch it up out there and stick around.
I was glad I got to take Mike out. Yeah. Mike come on board as our new title sponsor for the rest of this year. Next year, they stepped up and took me and Derek right into the family. And it's we got some big things coming. Some good things are happening.
Mike was indispensable some of our first shows, man. If he wouldn't have been there, for sure, we definitely could use that.
Coastal Wild, it's such a great organization. I mean, any of your financial needs, right there.
Since we're on the subject, and it was a good segue into it, Mike, we talk about Coastal Wealth all the time on here, but we haven't really got into what you guys do very much. Do you want to take a second? And
we're the largest independent financial planning firm in Florida. We have offices both coasts, East Coast, West Coast, over 200 advisors. I'm here in the Tampa office, but you'll find me back and forth.
You're everywhere. He's all over the place.
But we do everything. Savings, investments, risk management. We'll look at it all rather than being your stockbroker or banker. We try to look at the entire picture,
the big picture.
Make sure you're set up for retirement. I mean, at the end of the day, people aren't prepared anymore. We don't have pensions. 401ks aren't around as much as they used to. So it's really important, whether you're 60 years old and 5 years out from retirement, or just getting started. You got to take that stuff serious.
Yeah, it's never too early to get started and planning for all that, huh? Might be able to actually retire early if you get to it early. Nobody ever does, though, man.
There's some people out there doing it, but
the really smart ones.
They work. The idea is you want to work because you want to, not because you have to.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well,
call me 813-393-3627.
Right. I was just going to say Facebook, Mike Sullivan.
Yep.
And what's the
Facebook is Coastal Mike, or what was it? Facebook.
Is it Coastal Mike?
Yeah, Coastal Mike. And Instagram. That's kind of, I don't use it too much, but you'll find some fishing pictures up there. It's Coastal Mike FL, and then our website mycoastalwealth.com. But best thing is just give me a call, ask me what questions you have. We'll set up time, sit down together. Free consultation and take a look, see what we need to address.
Definitely. Or if you come out to any of the tournaments we do, Coastal Wealth has their own lounge at the back of the trailer. Yes. And you can come up and talk to them there.
They're always giving away a cooler.
Always giving away a nice cooler.
Always giving away Yetis. We're always having a good time back there, to say the least. But definitely come by the events. Check us out. I know we're going to be doing some events coming up with you guys.
For sure.
We got a seminar coming up in August. Don't have a date. Close to a location, probably going to be either Gators or possibly the Getaway. But we're going to do a seminar just on retirement planning, preparing for down markets in retirement, and followed by you guys. We're going to get the audience involved, have some more giveaways,
have some game shows.
We'll
have a lot of fun.
We'll be have some drinks, have some food there. So we'll get that information out to all you guys out there as soon as we can.
Good deal. All right. Well, have you been offshore fishing at all?
I think 3 weeks ago was the last time I went, and. We did pretty well. We almost limited out on red grouper. I seen somebody asking about red snapper.
Man, they are all over the place.
We did catch a few of those.
All over the place.
So, the bite's been on fire. I mean, there's just bonita crushing everywhere. There's tuna out there.
I've seen pictures of people still catching kingfish out there.
Yep.
Yeah. The mangrove snapper on fire everywhere, too.
Yeah.
They're just all over the place.
I don't know how true it was. I saw on one of the pages somebody caught a kingfish in John's Pass just a couple weeks ago. I don't know.
I'm
It was
sure
on the
that's
Tampa Bay
fish,
Fishing
right?
Club page or something.
We talk
Somebody
about
did.
resident fish all the time, and like the bigger fish that we catch up in the bay, those to me are resident fish. Now mind you, they're following the bait pods and they're following everything. But once they get in there, I truly believe that the majority of those fish are resident fish. Tom here got to fish with us when he was with Fishbrain, and they just jumped on with us, and we went out there. It was a 36-pound kingfish.
To the ditch,
man. I tell you, that was that.
Now, that was took home a check on that one.
It was, it was funny because the weather was so bad. And thank God the rules of that were inside the coal regs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There would been, the thing is people will automatically, they'll always go offshore. But so we run in there. We're running into the bay, and we come across what's that Pasadena Point over there?
Yeah.
And we're running, and I'm running down another boat because we're all racing to the same spot. We pass this boat, and as soon as we clear into the bay, it was pitch black dark. And we hit a wave, and I guarantee
must have been 5.5, 6 foot.
It was. It was 5 foot inside the bay. So we managed to get our way out there, but we were the only boat fishing 6 lines.
Yeah.
We looked like we were long lining for tuna and marlin. I don't think there was hardly any line on our shotgun line because it was so far out. But most guys are in there were only trolling 3 lines. We had 6, and of course. He hit the long line.
Yeah.
He hit the long line, and of course I'm standing there, and I couldn't get that. It was so wavy out there, and me and my short rear end, I couldn't reach it. So Tom grabs the rod, and he maneuvers to the front of the boat, and I'm jumping behind the wheel, and literally it was to the point where once we got all the rods cleared, and I'm like, Tom, start reeling. And we were literally almost on plane trying to catch up some line because you could almost start seeing the bottom of the reel.
He kept going, I'm getting spooled.
And we stuck it. We took second place in that tournament, and of course we took home more money than first place.
Yeah,
because they didn't get in the Calcuttas.
Yeah.
But there's definitely resident fish here for sure.
Yeah.
That was a long story for resident fish.
Yeah,
all right.
But it was fun.
Have you guys seen people catching mutton off the piers here and stuff lately?
I have in the past, but I
I've
haven't seen a whole lot.
I've seen a couple
lately.
people post recently pulling in mutton snapper, which I never see.
I know the mangroves are on fire.
Mangroves are definitely on fire
everywhere.
So,
and there's some big American reds being caught.
Yep.
Isn't it?
Big time American reds.
I never have anybody take me offshore. So
yeah, we got to get out. Yeah. Well, the beautiful thing is it's now that they extended it 39 days, but it's only the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's booked out all the way to September. So.
Yeah.
Oh, a quick side note too. It's looking more and more like they might open up a limited Goliath grouper season.
Yeah, I think it was
100 tags
100
per
tags.
year or season or whatever they're going to do with it.
And do
it's
a lottery.
Like a lottery system.
Do a lottery system on it. So definitely.
You think that's a good thing, Tom?
What are you going to do with them?
Crab bait?
Get rid of them. I think they're in the way.
I understand that, but I just don't know what you're going to do with them.
Yeah.
You're not going to eat them. They're full of worms.
Yeah.
I
even the smaller ones, you think?
But that's not
25, 30 inches?
The big ones are the problem. It ain't the little ones that are the problem.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the big one that are the problem when you're out there snapper fishing. They're every time you hook up to a snapper, they're eating it before you can get it off the rock.
Bend your rod in half.
Exactly.
Have your stuff.
Exactly. That's the problem. Is all the big Goliath group.
Yeah. Well, that was just a little side note. I was like, man, they may really do it. All right. Well, we were talking about tournaments there. You got tournament season coming back up here, don't you?
Yeah, we kind of took a little break. I think our next one is August the 26th in Panama City.
Nice.
Then we start back up pretty steady after that. We've had a little bit of break.
That a Florida Pro tournament?
I don't know if it's Florida Pro or FA. Terry does all of our stuff. She tells
the
us.
woman behind the man.
That's it.
Little Miss Terry Meredith, we couldn't do what we do without her.
You bet you couldn't.
She
we know
schedules all of our schedule, does all of our hotel bookings. She tells us where to go, when to go, where to stay. What time I got to be home.
Keeps you in line.
That's it.
So she handles all that on the business side of things. We're just me and Derek are the front guys. She does all the hard work behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be picking back up for you here soon. Then be full back at it again.
Yeah.
You still doing the extreme kayak stuff at all?
No, I just I'm getting too damn old for that. To be honest with you.
I never thought I'd hear the day.
It's just too rough. I mean, my back just can't handle it.
Plus, you got that nice boat. You don't want to leave that.
what
what are you going to do, right?
Yeah. So
All right.
Derek does all the IFA kayak side when we fish the IFA boat tournaments on Saturdays, and he fishes the kayak side on Sundays.
Right.
And yeah, he absolutely.
He's a
kills it.
machine.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is a machine. I was just about to say, man.
Always
He
killing it.
absolutely kills it.
Pre-fishing, day of, and then go back again for kayak so you can paddle all day. That's a savage for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
Right on. What about you? You fishing any tournaments this year?
Just Kingfish tournaments coming up in the fall. Probably get into the Suncoast and King of the Beach.
King of the Beach.
It's, between pre-fishing and everything that goes into those tournaments, it's hard to have a full-time job.
No, I get
and
it.
take care of my
Trust me.
clients and be out there all the time too. So
Mhm.
I try to limit it to about 4 tournaments a year and go out and have fun with the guys and
Yeah.
Right.
People
hopefully
don't,
catch one to win it.
a lot of people don't realize what goes into a pre-fishing and everything for a
It's-
tournament. I mean,
Or
it's
running a team and
yeah,
all that.
I mean,
it's
there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, even if you're even if you're not a real big team, not a whole lot of sponsors. I mean, if you want to be competitive, you figure if you're fishing on Saturday, you're putting in 4 days on the water at a minimum. I mean, if you're going to do it the right way and you're going to be competitive, you have to be on the water at least 4 days.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time you pre-fish, you bait fish.
We do that on the inshore side.
Yeah, I mean that's
Well,
just
I
it.
mean, these guys I know when they're fishing a tournament, those guys are working their butt off 3-4 days ahead of time trying to
Yep.
find the fish. So
If you want to be competitive and go
You
up
have
against
to.
people like Jeremy Himes and all
Yeah.
that, you better get
You
out
have
there and
to.
get
You
after
have
it.
to.
and you got to allow. I mean, I always allow 2 days for bait because
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
first day might not go as planned.
That's for sure. And
uh,
there's been a ton of times where you've gone out all day and you got half dozen baits in a boat. I mean,
Yeah.
it just sometimes baits harder than others.
Yep.
If you want to compete, because the talent pool around here is thick.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of
A
talent
lot of
around
great
here.
I never
anglers
have problems getting bait.
Is that for? Do you're a bait chucker or you do lures?
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I don't.
Offshore.
If I fish inshore, I mean, the only guys
I know guys offshore
I
that
fish
use
with my
lures.
buddy. We use our lures. I mean, rarely ever we find us fishing with live bait. But again, I don't
Oh,
fish
that- well, no,
inshore.
that's good.
And I
That's-
go offshore. I mean, yeah, it's either dead bait or
Mm-hmm.
live bait, but not usually artificial. So.
yeah. I don't know if it's just lazy by me that I don't want to go chasing bait or
Maybe
bait.
these little
Or
guys
if
come
it's-
out every now and then.
Yeah. Or if it, a lot of times it's just the thrill of tricking the fish and
Sure, yeah.
biting onto a piece
The
of plastic.
sportsman of it,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, there's something to that for me, and maybe I don't catch as many fish that day, but I did it my way, and that it's a little more satisfying that way. I think. So back onto the tournament thing, we have Fish Kids coming up in the near future.
Yep, that's coming up August 5th at Rock Park, Madeira Beach. So you definitely want to bring your kids out there. We're starting to get all of our vendors set up. The Coast Guard's in the works for their demo that we did last year. Clearwater Marine Aquarium, Seabird Sanctuary, starting to get everybody starting to roll in. So it's going to be a big event. So we definitely want to get everybody out there for that. We're going to be doing the Hillsborough County Farm Bureau tournament on the 22nd.
That's right.
So we'll be Jason and I will be hosting that
MCing?
tournament for
What's
it,
up?
MCing that one, and then we're actually MCing for the Suncoast Kingfish Classic.
Yep.
So
Moving up in the world, folks.
That's it.
Big things this year. So I'm looking forward to tournament season. I actually miss it. I thought I was all happy we're going to get a break for a little bit, and now I'm like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go do this thing, man.
Yeah,
So-
it was busy there for a while, and summer came, and
that's
just
it. Just
killed it.
kind of killed out.
I kind of missed the days sitting.
You
on
know,
the back
you
there.
can fish in a tournament every day now.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
you really
right.
can.
You can.
You can't.
Yes.
Hey, let's do it
How's
commercial
that?
style. Tell us how, Todd.
New app out called FishDuel.
Mhm.
And what FishDuel is, it's a on-demand tournament app. You can go on there, and how it came about, Jeff Wenzel had this harebrained idea. Guys are always on a boat betting against each other. Hey, man, I'm going to bet $5 or a beer or whatever, go out and fish, and, winner takes all. So Jeff kind of used his brain. He's probably got a little more brain than I do. But come up with an app. It's called FishDuel, and it's on demand. You can go on and set up your profile. You can, any species you want. You can make it a private duel between you and your buddies, or you can make it public. You can bet anywhere from $5 to $500 per person. So, it's it's freaking awesome.
Right.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That's very cool. So you can set up your own tournament if you want.
You can
and
do your own
join
tournament.
up into somebody else's.
Something we can also do for you too is if you have an organization that wants to put on an event, we can set you up. You know, you can do your tournament through our app, and we can handle, if it's a CPR, catch photo release tournament, we can handle all that for you, you know, and do everything. We have markers. You don't even need to measure your fish. Take a picture of the fish with the marker in it, and it's going to tell you exactly how big it
That's
fish
cool.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Technology.
That's
It's
it.
technology.
It's accurate as all can be. I seen Jeff put a couple videos up on that.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy how you just.
Yeah, I come in with
That's
Jeff,
awesome. We should try doing one of those.
Well, we Jason and I were talking about getting doing a tournament for from FishPod and doing that. So we should definitely explore doing that.
We can
for sure.
We can call it FishPod. You know.
You know what's
can
cool
use
is because
your
we were
banners and everything.
the thing that was holding us back is like, who's got the time to set all this
Yeah.
up, man?
We got it.
Yeah.
Why don't
Yeah,
you
we
guys
got you,
go
buddy.
out and Tom and I will go out and
Hey, I'm down.
Put a
I think
little
we should
money
do
on the line.
that.
Put a little
Let's
money
do
on the
that.
line.
Let's
See what
Let's do
happens.
that. I like that.
Not unless we're putting $5 on it.
Oh wait,
Now- now-
$5 bills,
Yeah,
$500
$5
bills.
$5
Okay.
bill.
Now, if you win, I got to invest some money for you.
Very cool. So
But
that's
yeah.
FanDuel. What do you go? Just
It's
get it in the
FishDuel.
App Store.
FishDuel.
It's
FishDuel. My
Yeah.
bad. FanDuel is a
yeah,
whole different
yeah,
organization.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's on on your Google Play and your app.
And your app stores.
Yeah.
So very
So,
cool. Yeah, I'm
you
gonna have
know,
to check that out
something
afterwards.
else. I come in with Jeff back in November, so me and him are partners on that, and then we got two guys that do the development side. And
It's
stuff
really
like that.
cool. It kind of takes out, like, if you just wanted to do a smaller tournament or whatever, you don't have
Right.
all that work to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
there's still stuff you gotta
Yeah.
do, but
Actually, my
Organizes
everybody
everything for
knows
you.
me from FishBrain.
Mhm.
That's how everybody knows me. My contract ends with FishBrain the 10th. Been a great 3 years with
Yeah.
FishBrain. Great organization. Just some business things have changed and going a little different direction. So, my position has gone by the wayside. But we still use the FishBrain app.
Mhm.
When we're traveling, and stuff. It's still a great app to use. Great organization, some great people I've worked with, and had a great time with it.
sure.
But now it's time for me to move on and
Mhm.
do my thing with Bull
Yeah.
Bay and
You got Bull
Fish
Bay and
Duel.
FishDuel going on.
So that should keep me pretty busy. For a
Yeah, I
while.
think so. That and then a very stout tournament schedule you guys usually go through.
How many
so-
tournaments do you think you fish a year?
Last year we done about 38.
Man, that's
Year before I done 22. I think we're probably on a 20 to 25 tournament schedule. this
20
year.
seems a little more manageable.
Yeah, last year it was a little hectic
And
to say.
Does that include the kayak tournaments that Derek's fishing?
No.
Or that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother ball.
Wow.
I mean,
Putting even more.
he's-
Jeez,
But
savage.
most
He's
of
an
those
absolute machine.
are Florida pros, both coasts, East Coast and West Coast, and the IFA events, Florida, Texas, Louisiana, and South Carolina. So we get around quite a bit.
Yeah, you do. And yeah, you have quite the Instagram page too. You want to pimp that out real quick?
Well, we got our team page. Our Facebook page is probably the biggest. It's Coastal Wealth Pro Team.
Mhm.
Then we don't have a team page on Instagram. It's just TD Swick on Instagram, and then you got Derek Engel on Instagram. But I don't want to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Sure.
Coastal Wealth, like I said, Mike and Coastal Wealth stepped up as our new title sponsor for the rest of
Couldn't
the
be
year.
happier. For,
Bull Bay Rods, of course, FishDuel, O'Hero Fishing, and Mr. Lee over at TFO. Those guys, Mr. Lee is O'Hero Fishing. We got Orion Coolers. Ryan's been with us for a couple of years. Unfair Lures. Of course, we use this product. We used this product before he became our sponsor. Oceanic Gear, Craig from Oceanic.
Craig's a great
Probably
guy.
one of the
Awesome.
hardest
He is.
working guys in the business.
That
I
is
know.
for sure.
You know,
we were just talking
is
about
one of
him
the
the other
hardest
day.
working guys I
He's
know.
Everywhere.
And has awesome products. You
Yep.
know, his clothing line is phenomenal. Salt Life Optics, Down South Lures. Derek is got me using Down South Lures. That's Derek's go-to pretty much. He's a Down South Lure guy. Phenomenal soft plastics. I didn't have any because I'm out. I used them all. Gator Jim's Tackle. Everybody knows who Gator Jim's is.
Absolutely.
You know, all your,
If you don't, you should.
All your fishing tackle needs right there. Gator Jim's got some awesome apparel. The new store is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be trying to do some things with Jim this year, some seminars and things like that. So look for that. Aqua Dream Inc., who's the gold spoons. They got them all different colors, but Aqua Dream spoons. and we're always giving a shout out to FishPod. You guys are always
We appreciate
awesome.
that.
Yeah,
we
make
do.
sure you
Support
go
us,
follow
we'll support
their
you.
page. They're always
Yeah.
giving away some cool stuff from their sponsors too. So.
Yeah, well, our
They always got some
sponsors
great
always
stuff.
give us some great stuff.
Yep.
You know, we have some phenomenal contests. I try to do, at least 2 or 3 every month.
Yeah.
And they're usually high dollar giveaways.
No, you guys do good ones. Yeah. If you go look at back in this feed, that last spread you guys had out there, I'm like, man, I want that.
About $400 worth of stuff.
Yeah. So definitely follow Tom and the Coastal Wealth Pro Team.
Yep.
And
Just got our boat wrap too.
Definitely
New boat wrap.
Oh yeah, that thing is sexy, man.
Yeah,
It
It's
is.
so nice.
I still got to put some other our other sponsors on.
Sure.
It's just right now.
The
it's
main
just
wrap
got
on it
Coastal.
though looks sweet.
It
It's
does, yeah.
really nice. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good. So make sure you follow Tom. Make sure you follow Mike Sullivan, Coastal Mike, on Facebook as well.
Yep. Derek Engel. Don't forget Derek.
Derek
Can't forget
Engel,
Derek.
one of the
Yeah,
hardest
absolutely.
working fishermen in the business.
Yep.
Yeah, great person too.
Do you mind forgetting anything?
We actually have a fishing report from the East Coast, but
Right.
while we've got Tom here, for those fishing in the Tampa Bay area here, what would you suggest for inshore fishing?
Like I said, at 5:30 this morning, it was 90 degrees.
90
Stay
degrees.
home.
I love it.
You think your chances are
Stay
better
there
at
for
night?
conditioning.
You think it's better at night?
Early in the mornings and then late in the evenings.
Yeah.
If you can get out at night, go out at night.
Deeper water, you think?
Right now, the fish are holding in deeper water.
Yeah.
Your passes.
And, our artificial is tough right now. Redfish bite has been extremely tough on the West Coast this year compared to last year. I think a lot of it has to do with the water temperature.
The heat.
Yeah,
we
for sure.
never got a winner, so
Some of them are holding, the fish seem to be holding along the edges in a little bit deeper water.
Yeah.
Especially as the day goes on. If you're a live bait guy, get out there and throw live bait.
Yeah, for sure. And even then cut bait,
Right.
yeah, I
mix
heard
it up a little bit.
I heard the mangroves are biting on the cut bait right now.
Yeah.
Cut pinfish are what's killing the
Snook,
snapper right now.
bite's phenomenal. I don't care where you are.
Yeah.
Snook are all over the place. We was finding snook back in January.
The beaches
on the
in
beach.
in the past, it's
now the
just
beach is
up.
loaded with them.
And now all the big ones are out there
Yeah.
too. So I've seen
Yeah.
some hogs out there. So definitely go out there and get
plenty,
after that.
plenty of nice trout around, plenty of snook around, plenty of tarpon around.
Yeah, tarpon
Yeah.
are still here.
Yep. Yep.
Tarpon are still here in the passes in Egmont, up along the beach.
Yeah. Not too many of them have moved back up inside that much, but they're starting to show up.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
A
starting
lot
to
of the
show.
smaller guys are catching a lot of smaller tarpon, the juvies. A lot of guys have been doing really well on flies.
Yeah.
So Eric Henson from over on the South Shore, kayak guy, Eric's been just killing.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to crack that shell one of these days and try that.
Yeah.
Fly fishing.
That's
I
my
gotta break down to
favorite.
it.
It's fun. It's fun.
solitary fishing when I
Yeah,
go out by
right.
myself.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
the fly
Yeah.
rod. Yeah.
That's not really a group endeavor at all, is it?
Oh, well, my dad and I used to do it out of a canoe. 2 of us doing it out of a
What?
canoe. Yeah.
Savages.
So, but offshore, I would say your American red snapper, 80 feet and deeper.
Yeah.
Sardines, pinfish, all the traditional stuff for sure. There is still some blackfin tuna out there running around. The
Yep.
bonita bite's been pretty hot.
Yeah.
So and again, out at the wrecks and hard bottoms, you're still seeing some kingfish out there. So
Yep.
offshore bite, I think, is probably better right now than the inshore bite for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy out there right
Find the deeper water, get
Yeah.
in the passes, you'll find fish. Just be patient.
Exactly.
For you folks on the East Coast that are watching, we've got a report from Josh from Liquid Edition
Yep.
Fishing.
We'll do that next week. I'm going to be out at ICAST, and Paul's going to be running the show here. I'm going to call in live from. I don't know how long they run it, but I'll probably still be there at the convention center and do a little recap of my day.
We'll have Captain Greg Leonard. Actually, see, I was right there. We have Captain Greg Leonard. He's actually got a unique boat. It's a Tom and I were talking about it earlier. He's got a full pontoon boat, but he's got a full tower that he custom built for it, and he does a lot with veterans and handicapped kids. So we're gonna have him on the show. He'll be here in the studio with me, and then we'll be Skype calling in with Jason from ICAST. So
So definitely check that out next week. That's next Thursday at 8. You can check out everything FishPod related at fishpodnetwork.com. There's audio versions of all these shows and podcasts, which I actually have 2 new podcasts that are going up tonight or tomorrow. Recorded some stuff with Paul. It's real good information.
Yeah.
And a little bit about boat racing, some power
Yeah.
boat racing that Paul used to do. So check those out, and you can find all those audio versions on Google Play, Stitcher, and iCast. And we'll see you in the next one, folks. Here's the fishing report
From Josh.
From Josh.
Hey guys, Captain Josh, Liquid Edition Fishing. here for the FishPod Network East Coast Fishing Report. Calling to give you guys the report this week. A couple phone calls, reached out to some guys that have been fishing from the south part of Hallandale all the way up to the Steeple in Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale area, 130 feet and about 80 feet. You're catching some kings on the troll. A lot of the guys I talked to said they've been offshore catching the dolphin between 850 and 1200. Bite's been pretty good, a lot of fish, but small ones you got to pick through, get a couple of the decent ones. A few guys I talked to that ventured offshore, they did a bunch of deep dropping in 800 feet, catching a bunch of black belly rosefish. The conditions have been really good, calm. Everybody's been able to get out and do some dropping. If you're fortunate enough where you have the boat, you can get the capability to run across to the east side, go to the Bahamas. A lot of yellowfin are still being caught and some decent sized dolphin. And the bite's been pretty consistent, but a lot of small fish, you just got to pick through them. You can find the big ones, and hopefully you guys can get out there and catch them this weekend.
This episode of FishPod TV is brought to you by Coastal Wealth. Angler Armory, helping you navigate the nautical world. Sea Mule, world's best fishing carts. Danco Sports, the largest selection of pliers on the planet. GoPuck, wearable power. Gel-Lux, we set the mood and make your shores safer. Gills Apparel, breathe like a fish. Atlas Tracks, find your family, find your boat. Central Marine Yamaha, the fun starts here.